So today I want to read an excerpt from a really great resource on Landing.ai, and it's basically a guidebook, a playbook for how to lead your company into the AI era. So the steps that they've listed out here are to 1, execute pilot projects to gain momentum, 2, build an in-house AI team, 3, provide broad AI training, 4, develop an AI strategy, and 5, develop internal and external communications. I think this is a very highly valuable resource to just understand what to do in the short term to then transform the long term for a company. Basically, starting from point 1, you really want to start kind of small and begin with pilot projects to gain momentum and get your feet wet with AI before you fully commit to a long-term roadmap doing the most and the greatest with it. And I think these are excellent points where you really want to build familiarity, and not only for how to use AI, but with the data that you currently have at your disposal with your company. In order to use AI well, you actually want to be able to understand to what capacity it's going to solve things for your current company and your current projects. That lends itself to the next point, which is to keep your team in-house. Because to hire, external AI strategists and experts could be not the best use of money when there's really experts needed within the company to understand how to leverage what's there and how to effectively build solutions for current problems. And there's no one that should understand current problems better than whoever is in-house. So this resource is basically saying, hey, stay within your company and find a smaller team to build. And I think that is actually a really great point, because usually when you hire outside, they come in and the pie in the sky sort of solutioning that they will do and the road mapping might be too grandiose for what is actually feasible and economical. So starting from within to create a team that is going to outline and define the processes is going to be more important. The third point is that providing broader AI training for the company at large is going to be really useful so that everyone starts to get on the same page about how to speak the language and understand the general frameworks of how AI can basically best be leveraged across the company cross-functionally. So not just it be this new and shiny thing that just gets talked about but not really utilized. It's more important to provide a broader training where people can be a little more hands-on. I think this resource is explaining that it's better to allow for true learning to happen by giving the tools necessary to then start getting hands-on with it versus just learning, for the sake of learning and hearing without application is not really going to take the teams anywhere. The fourth point is to develop an AI strategy. So this guide is saying that an AI strategy will guide your company toward creating value while also building defensible moats. So essentially moats being what is that differentiator for your company? What is that thing that makes it impossible for other companies to immediately start copying you? So for example, we could talk about companies like Google or Facebook, where they've built their moats around essentially the data that they're collecting, and the data that they're collecting continues to iterate on itself to create then better interactions and data points for their users. And that brings on more users and more engagement from their users. And that in itself continues to give more data back to the company. So it is a positive feedback loop is the term here. So you're continuously allowing the data points to inform a better and greater product. I think that is a really good thing to think about when you're trying to apply AI in your company, but you're also trying to maybe start something from scratch. You want to build a product that the data you get from your users is actually creating a better product and therefore bringing on even more users. So the fifth and last point is to develop internal and external communications. This point is saying that AI will affect your business significantly to the extent that it will affect your key stakeholders. Therefore, you should run a communications program to ensure alignment. So it goes through all the different points across investor relations, government relations, customer user education, talent and recruitment, internal communications, because there's just so much that AI can potentially change. So the communications aspect to hit all these different user groups are going to be really critical to make sure that everyone continues to stay aligned for the success of your company. So I will drop this link in this video below, and I think this is going to be the most impactful thing to read if you really want to understand how to leverage AI today and for the future, whether you're starting a new company or you're trying to just advance your current company with the landscape in mind.